Hi everyone.
Hello.
I was thinking, if I just shut up, who will speak and what will they say? Like, Jesus.
He's just saving his voice to kick our ass tonight.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, we
Oh.
should start doing that just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Ah, cool. That's nice. So that will be a fun session.
Okay,
Since nobody
listen, they can hear me now. Okay, I fixed it. It's always some technical difficulties. I don't know, maybe I opened OBS in like secure mode or something and it just reset everything because nothing was how I wanted it to be, but we also know that technical difficulties are my middle name. So, hi and welcome. I hope everything is working now. And if anyone in chat notices that there's something going on that's wrong, just write it out and I'll try and fix it as fast as I can.
Yeah. It's part of the gimmick we have here.
I mean, it creates character. I
Yeah.
feel that, you know?
Yeah, very unique.
Part of the Ragnarol's experience.
The Ragnarol's experience.
We should trademark this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cue every single beginning of the episodes and like how much we have had issues with the technical difficulties.
Well, it took us 60 days or more to just get the name right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it took you 60 days or so to get the name right. Don't push it on somebody else.
First, it was my fault. I'll take that on my shoulders. I'll carry the burden of that. And then and then it was Matt's fault.
Yeah.
And now we have the name finally.
Yeah. Well, anyways, as Hydra said before the stream started, this is actually our 15th episode. So that's quite
crazy.
Good.
That's quite far into the campaign, I think. You know, we've done it for a few weeks now, 15 to be exact.
Yeah. No, or this group has actually played longer than that.
That's true.
We had the prelude that was 4 sessions. Yeah, so yeah.
And we have come so far.
We also had the history check.
Oh,
yeah, and
true.
And we had no, that was beside the Baldur's Gate. Yeah.
We're still in the tutorial though of this campaign, I feel.
Yeah,
none of us have gone mad yet.
Well, that's a
win.
Yeah.
We have just scratched the surface, so we can kick off with a little bit of a retelling of what happened last session. If we're gonna do it on this with a serious tone, you got a mission from the Fire Drake, who concealed himself as a human, much to your dismay. And he eventually showed his true form, and he set you out on a mission to make peace in the little paradise he watches over. And the Enchantress is in the middle of this forest. And you saw a band of orcs, and were told that they are here to seek glory in hunting some creatures, since this forest is magical and special and has some special foes. And after fumbling your way through the forest, you suddenly came face to face with the orcs. And after Dio's great persuasion, You manage to get them to turn around and seek glory elsewhere. And after doing that, you had a small discussion and went back to the Enchantress to get more answers. And you discovered even more that he's quite mad. And he expressed a desire to accompany you back to Ashvale. But as soon as he regained his mind, he retracted that wish. And then he gave it again. So who knows what he actually wants? But he also, in his mad state, just touched Dio, and Dio was shown a glimpse of himself that he did not know about. A little dive into his past. And you decided to venture out in the forest and make camp there. And after a heartfelt talk between Saoirse and Dio, Dio finally finds his rest for the night, but is haunted by a nightmare. And this is not the first time he had that kind of nightmare. And this is where we're gonna pick off. And you wake up after having a long rest, so you can check that.
Nice. Not a single spider attack the
My
entire
spell
night.
slots.
Or spell slots.
My
Oh.
single spell slot.
Remember to roll for madness.
Yeah,
Man,
D4.
Remind me how to do that.
remind me
Roll a D4.
1d4.
what happens when you exceed 20 again?
Terrible. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's no good. You're at level 2. You hear whispers and seeing shadows in your peripheral vision. You have disadvantages on insight and investigation checks. And you also have sleeplessness. So you have to give me a
Struggle.
wisdom saving throw.
Okay,
Now.
well, do you get the madness points in the night?
No.
Okay, wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Listen, I didn't know I had like 16 points already. Oh god! That's a
Here we go.
5.
But you don't gain 4. If
No,
you roll
you
a d4, you
lose.
lose 4.
No, this was the wisdom save. Yeah.
No. How many madness points do you have?
Oh, I thought we gained them. We
Oh,
lose
we
them.
rolled to lose. Okay.
Oh, you have
Oh.
gained so many. I was like, where did you get 20 from? Like,
Okay, yeah, no, I had 16. Okay, then I have less than 16. Well, now you know
Yes.
as well how many.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Then it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay, thank you. I thought when you slept in the wildlands, like where there is madness, you would gain madness points, not
maybe?
retract them. But
I assume Matt
no.
will tell us if you
Yeah.
get some.
I
Or
will.
write it in a little secret message, maybe.
Yes,
yeah,
I
I'm
will let
confused.
you
I'm
know.
already mad. You're right.
Oh,
State of
buddy,
being.
lad.
So you wake up from a good night's sleep, or at least most of you do.
Mm-hmm.
I held the last
And-
watch at least, so I'm awake when
Yep.
everyone wakes up.
And you gather around the campfire. Yeah. And would you like to discuss what to do next?
Oh, guys. I've been asleep for too long.
Bet
Yeah.
you feel rested then.
Well-
What day is it?
What a pleasant morning to you too, Your Royal Highness. What? I mean, I don't count the days
Me neither.
here.
It feels like a Monday.
It feels like I want to go back to Civilization Day. So I'm so ready to get on to this killing of spider thing and move along.
It's a
Oh.
shame, really, that they didn't attack us in the night.
Yeah.
Such a good opportunity. Like the light shines extra bright in the darkness, you know. So would have been so cool, but I guess
Are-
not.
Are we going hunting in those that we fought the other day?
I think it's kind of always dark here, though. I look around and it's literally still dark, right? Because that's the whole thing about this forest.
We're heading
Yes.
northeast to their nest.
It's always dark. That's true.
All right. Yeah, to the nest of the Striders, right?
Driders.
The Striders. It's the Riders.
Driders. Okay, sorry.
But this is the last obstacle before we can actually go and get a bath, right? I cannot keep sleeping out here.
I mean, well, it would be oddly convenient if, a big flying creature could take us back faster, I'm just like, I'm putting out ideas here. But anyways, besides that, I think, I really, despite the enchanter being like super weird, I think we should bring him back to civilization. Is that just me, or do we all think
No.
that?
Girl, honestly, he sounds like he needs some civilization.
He
It's not safe for him out here.
he
He's like
needs-
old and crazy and alone.
He needs
Do we want
therapy.
to let him loose in Asheville though?
Maybe they can
No.
help him.
Yeah.
I think a part
even
of him
though-
just wants to be with his family.
Even though I find the humans strange and the elves even stranger, the enchanter, he was unsettling.
Dio,
He
are
was
you
interested.
are you assuming that he's my dad?
I'm not ruling it out.
Listen, okay,
He was very specific about
who,
your mom.
I know who my dad is. I grew up with a dad. I have a dad.
Okay,
But
this
how do
may-
you know if it's the real one?
Yeah, this might come as a surprise to you, but dads aren't always who they say they are, I've been told.
But-
Moms you can be pretty sure of. But dads are like,
They're not necessarily interchangeable, but they can like swap around a bit.
You don't make any sense. Of course he's my dad. He was married to my mom, so he must be.
Or whatever you
Aw.
say.
By the way, you did tell us who your mother was, but not your father.
Right?
Are you sure you know?
Yeah. I would say I'm very certain.
Oh, okay, and why are you so sure?
Uh
I mean,
well,
can we go ask him?
do you look just as much like your dad than your other dad?
What? Do you think I look like the enchanter?
Yeah.
I've actually been told that I'm a spitting image of my mother. So, I mean, I don't know.
Oh, not your father then.
Well, you all look the same to me.
I have been told that I
That's it.
have my father's eyes. So,
Oh.
yeah. You know what? It's nothing. I don't think the enchanter is my dad. Listen, I know the enchanter is my dad because the enchanter isn't married to my mom, and you can't have a baby outside of marriage. So that's just how it works. And
Wait. Hold up. Can you say that again?
my mom is married to my real dad because you can't have a child without being married.
Okay, let me stop it right there. How do you think the act of bringing a child to life happens? What's the process there?
Well, you have a
I mean, isn't it a
line
little bit
of
crude to talk about that?
suitors?
Just like,
Gigi, wait a little, just a tiny second. I really want to hear what she has to say.
You have a line of suitors, and you find the one you're most compatible with. Then the suitor will propose, and then you will accept the propose because, you know, it's a transactional thing. Then you have a marriage, you get married, and then the married couple have a child.
Do, do you think the married couple enters a baby store that only married couples can go into and just pick a baby out?
It sounds like a strange ritual.
Yes, I think you're missing a very key component in this. Let's call it a ritual. When a woman and a man spends time together, sometimes during the night, sometimes during the day, maybe both, maybe for throughout. Like there are many ways of doing this.
He's speaking about copulation.
Yes, and that there's no marriage license needed for that ritual to happen.
What? Of course there is.
No.
I
What
mean,
even is a marriage?
oh, a marriage is, well, I'm not exactly sure. I've just kind of been told that it's like this big, important thing. And it's usually when two people enjoy each other's company and, like, you know, just are.
Like when they copulate.
it's like a celebration of love, Vasith.
Yeah, or when they have already copulated and they see a baby bump has appeared and they have to get married to be legal.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Dio. And
I
frankly,
can tell.
it's starting to sound a little bit like vulgar.
I mean,
And so I think that,
I
like,
mean, it is a bit old-fashioned, isn't it? Like, you know, you should be allowed to be with whoever you want, regardless, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I do hope there's more behind uh getting a kid than only a line of suitors, because as we speak, my mom got a lot of suitors, and I don't hope she's having any new kids soon.
but that's different because your mom
You
is
don't
already
want a
married to your
baby brother
dad,
or sister?
right? Your mom is already married to your dad.
Not really. I don't want anyone else to go through those boring history classes I grew up with.
Wow, they were that bad?
But they were horrible.
Huh. Oh, that sounds terrible. Yeah, let's hope.
But I mean, it's different with that because your mom is already married to your dad, so she can't really have a child with anyone else but your dad.
But she's still got a whole line of suitors.
But
Like,
are they just...
at least 50.
Yeah, but they're waiting to hear if your dad is dead so they can go on and be suitors. They're not technically suitors if your mom is still married, are they?
I mean, I do think I've heard them talking like in the halls and everything, and it sounds like they think it's time to realize, or they think that
Dio.
my dad's dead already.
Oh,
Aww.
But like, yeah, I don't think they care too much.
How
Is that
awful.
solely based on how long he's been gone?
Yeah, I believe I mean we've not had any word from him personally since he left.
Hmm.
Like only the words of bards like yourself. But yeah,
But your mom still believes that he lives in her heart, right? So,
yeah,
I mean, I'm sure,
yeah.
like, you know, if your mom thinks she's married to your dad, like, she's not gonna have a child with someone else. Like, the suitors don't matter because she's married to your
There
dad.
is more behind having a child than just having a line of suitors, right?
Yes, I mean, you have to be married, which is the whole concept of this.
This is coming back to where we started. That I'm trying to tell you that is not necessarily that's not a necessity for the process of bringing a baby into the world.
But
That can just happen between when a man loves a woman, and they will just meet and spend time. And I'm not going to explain in great detail.
Josephine, how long did you say that you had been, or like, what, an orphan or something before?
you can see that like Josephine is visibly like getting like flustered at this whole conversation. It's like this is not something that has ever been talked about other than like you have to get married to have a child. And she's like super confused. And she's like, orphan? I don't. Well, I mean, I've been like on the street for like 4 years. But before that, I used to live in the city, and
You never saw like anything. Nobody.
I mean,
Did you just like?
I was a child.
Yeah.
Listen. I ran away from the capital of Fellspire when I was 17. It's not like I mean, I don't know. This is
You know what?
frankly.
This is a weird conversation to
Yeah.
have with
Can
somebody
we-
who.
I
Okay.
am confused. Where in this conversation is the actual mating process?
Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the point that's been skipped repeatedly. The mating process, as Vasset so eloquently points out, is the process where you use one body and the other body to create a small baby body, and that I don't think you understand that point can happen without marriage being like when you were on the streets. Have you ever had anyone of the male persuasion grabbing you or trying to convince you to come with them somewhere?
I mean, yeah,
As
but I've
soon-
always. Oh, what?
As soon as he says grabs you, your thoughts drifts to Master Hunter Valen and how he ripped you away from the table that night you had at the tavern.
Intrusive thought.
I mean, not exactly. Most of the people that were like, well, I mean, does it necessarily have to be men?
No.
For the making of babies, in regards
Oh.
to you, yes. For
Okay.
just the copulation and the fun of it, no, that can happen with anyone.
Okay, well, I mean, I've had people like grab onto me, I guess, but most of them end up with a black eye. I guess the only person that hasn't ended up with a black eye is Master Hunter Waylon.
What?
That is a fun conversation we should definitely unpack at some point.
I don't.
Next we hunt.
I don't.
We are
I
definitely
don't
saving
think,
that for a campfire.
I don't think I understand.
No, I don't think you understand either. I think that is very much the problem here.
I'm sorry.
But we will fix that. We will rectify that in time. Don't you worry.
Well, I mean,
We will
and like
educate
we should probably get going. This is so silly. Like,
Yes,
you.
it is. The next we hunt, Josephine, we will track some rabbits, and I will show you what the mating process looks like.
Oh.
They mate all the time.
Yeah, that's smart.
okay, sure.
Yeah, sneak up on some rabbits before you shoot.
Can't wait, guys. What is? Oh my god. She's so flustered. She's just gonna walk in the back, like I can't believe this just happened.
It's a lot. I mean, if you never heard this before.
Yeah, no, that like you can genuinely see it on her face. Like this is things she has no clue about. Like
But they're
Josephine
suitors.
Josephine is a pretty know it all about certain things and certain ways of life. But this area, nothing.
That's why I'm so fucking surprised. I'm like, double take. Okay, yes, moving on.
Yeah,
I
and when
guess.
we start walking, Vasset will lean over to Ilos and he will sort of, in a loud whispers, go, "Do humans lay eggs too?"
Valid question.
I think Ilos was off.
Oh
For a
no.
bit.
Repeat the question. It's very important.
Ilos,
Yeah,
do humans lay eggs too?
not from what I've learned. I
So
think
they
we are born like alive.
live offspring, like a deer, or a rabbit, or a
Yeah,
cat, or a dog. Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. It might be the reason you don't have scales.
well,
But it does not explain
I
that
don't know
some
if
of you have
scales
fur.
really like come from eggs in that way, but I do think that no one who's born alive have scales. There's something there, but I don't completely know what makes you have scales or not.
But because I don't understand. Josephine is a master hunter. She can hunt game like any other. Still, she lacks the basic knowledge of nature, it seems. This is strange.
Well, I mean, when you've been hunting for survival, you probably don't care about any much else of it, as long as there's plentiful of game around.
And while we walk, you need to explain to me this concept of marriage. Because I didn't understand Dio's explanation.
Not too much. Not me neither. But I can explain some of it at least.
That will be a walk and talk, I think.
Yeah.
Dude, I really want to hear it, but I guess we can walk and talk.
All right.
Can we
So
just
you,
have a little like a what do you call it?
TLDR.
National Geographic section where Ilos describes things for Vasith. I would pay money for that.
I'm down for that right now. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna sit back and relax.
I will sit back and watch.
Popcorn. For Ilos.
Well,
Please explain.
well, you see, what's it?
Yeah, I lost. What is
Marriage.
marriage?
It's
In human
kind of
society.
like Josephine described, without Dio's inputs. Um, like you have two individuals, no matter really the race or anything, that decide to stay together for life and promise that they are each other's dearest and nearest for until they're gone.
It's like a trusty
And
companion.
yeah, like your definite closest companion.
like
this-
Hither.
And this promise alone brings forth a child.
I think that comes later
Yes.
in the marriage part.
But there was talk of a ritual.
From what I understood from what Dia was trying to explain, it comes like later, but you don't neither have to be married to have the child.
Well, I mean, when you consummate the marriage, that's when the child is created.
Josephine,
Wait.
do you know what consummate means?
No, I have no idea. I just heard talks
Okay,
of it.
I was really hoping you did because I neither know.
You
Do we
don't
all
either?
hear this, or is this a
Oh.
private conversation
Oh.
between the two of them?
You all hear this. This
Yeah.
walk and talk.
Okay. So, consummating the marriage. Okay.
I listen.
Where-
Josephine is like, "What the fuck is he talking
Where
about?"
do we begin?
Children.
Dio's going to look to Genevieve. Gigi, you know this too, right? I'm not the only one here.
I'm not sure about the word. Consummate.
Okay, so in old tradition, or according to tradition, to consummate a marriage, you have to have intercourse. You have to copulate. What that entails is you get the two people who have been married. They usually go into a room. Sometimes they have a bunch of people standing outside the door waiting for them to have this confirmed. And sometimes they just go to the room by themselves, and then they get undressed, they caress each other a little bit, and then
The male will mount the female.
the
Sorry.
male will use his fifth limb, or sixth limb.
What?
His extra limb, the dingly dangly
Men
bit.
has an extra limb.
Yeah, just in
What?
case they get married, apparently.
What?
But when they caress their chosen one, that dingly bit gets less dingly, so it gets more and more of a hello position, and that creates the opportunity to insert it into.
What? Where?
Uh,
What? I'm so scared. What is this?
Have you noticed one point or another you have felt tingly when getting dressed, riding a horse, or a Pegasus or something like that, down where you urinate. Just below there is a point where the erect Heidi Ho can say hi, 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 and insert itself. And when you do that, it might feel nice, and they will do that for a while. And 9 months later, after this consummation has happened, hopefully, there will be a child. So it's a very body heavy process, like a very intimate ritual that they need to perform. But this ritual can also be performed without having anything to do with consummation of marriage. That can just be a Wednesday night or Wednesday morning. Was that?
What
Did
about Wednesday
everybody?
noon?
So it doesn't mean the
What
word.
about Wednesday noon?
Also, like, if you have the time, midday Wednesday, you probably have a cushy position in a castle or something, and if that's what you want to do in the middle of the day, have at it.
Why does it take all 9 months for the baby to come?
I don't know.
It
That's
needs
just the
time
time it
to
takes.
build Vasith. It's not built in like a day, right? It needs time to grow in the belly.
Well, our females spend 3 months before they lay their eggs.
And how long until the eggs hatch?
A couple of months, maybe. 2 to 3.
So 9 months ish.
I'm sure there are interspecies or different things in different species. I don't really know that. I've spent most of my time with humans, dwarves, and elves and stuff like. So that's the basic of it. It can be very much more complicated and convoluted and interesting. But that's something you just have to explore for yourself.
Well, look at how much you learned today, Josephine.
I
Your
am
skin is turning to Dio's color.
petrified.
Why are you so pale?
Yeah.
You look even more pale than you should. Do you sit down? Are you? Do you feel okay? Do you need some
No.
water?
Yeah. I think I do.
Okay, sit down, sit down. And she gives her a water skin or something. Gigi but is sad, but just looks at the rest of you and it's like,
All right, so we good? We got the basics of it. And if you have questions, just ask. I mean, I'm here all week.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Who are you? I turn around and look at this guy.
Hello.
You see the dark elf rider
Oh,
emerging
boy.
from the woods.
Fucking embarrassing.
Did you? How much of
Josephine?
this did you catch?
Josephine
been
is the
listening to us?
shade of the elf.
Enough. I heard enough.
Okay.
Well, now you also know. If you didn't, maybe you did.
I think Josephine also heard enough.
Steph.
How's your mission going?
Well met. We are trying to lure off the Driders by making noises and sounds.
Stupid plan, but okay.
Last time
Well,
they attacked us while we were having a conversation.
but do you have any better suggestion?
So your plan is still to get rid of the Driders.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I think you will have your chance soon enough. And he starts stepping back into the shadows.
I think we are nearing the northeastern corner.
I also think that's a sign that we should never talk about this ever again. Ever. Never, ever. In my
What?
entire life,
Why?
I'm never going to talk about this again.
Because he
What do
showed
you
up.
mean? Like,
I don't
it's
think
not
he'll show up every time.
weird, Josephine. It's very human.
It feels.
The other patrons are talking about this at the drunken drake all the time.
What?
I still do not understand how you don't know this. It's
When we were in the tavern and one of the working ladies take one of the patrons up to the upstairs rooms, they are exploring each other.
You're telling me this happens all around me all the time?
Mhm.
What?
not all the time.
I mean, not constantly, yeah, but you just yeah.
Sometimes, you know.
It is kind of like the thing that I heard you're never more than just a few meters away from a rat at any given point. Is
Mm.
it kind of like that?
Yeah, it's like you and me, like all of us, but except Bassett, are mammals, and sometimes people do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
What's a mammal?
What's the Discovery
What's the
Channel?
Discovery Channel?
Oh, that's the channel in between. I don't remember the two cities, but there's a stream that goes between two cities, and it's called the Discovery Channel, because none of those cities were known before someone came sailing down the Discovery Channel.
And I actually do know the word mammal. One of the things I remember from not history class, but other boring classes, are that mammals are the races that bear or where the children are alive at birth that doesn't lay eggs.
That's a great definition.
Wow, that's so smart to have a word for that.
Hmm.
You feel a
Someone's
small
educated.
breeze, Gigi.
A priest, you say? What
Yeah.
direction? We have more important matters.
Right, more
Okay.
important matters, of course.
Mhm.
It's in the direction you're heading.
The southeast, was that where we were supposed to go?
Northeast.
Northeast. And that's where we're heading, and that's where the breeze is going?
Yeah.
That's the wrong way! We know now that you need to face the breeze. God damn it. Oh, Raphael, I never know what you're doing.
And out of the shadows, you can see some spider legs coming into sight.
Big ones.
I'm readying my bow.
I'm reading Roy.
Roy.
I'll if you'll allow it, I'll cast Shillelagh at the first sign of
Yep.
monsters incoming.
Saoirse, where are
Yeah.
you?
This time, you won't make it out alive.
Try me.
We'll
Uh,
see,
Been there,
demon.
done that.
And you can roll for initiative.
Dun dun
As-
dun.
3 Driders steps out of the shadows.
Inch. Let's go.
Good.
I
Ayla,
forgot to roll digitally. I rolled an 11.
11.
Me too.
That's
I
fine.
forgot to roll digitally. I rolled 22.
And Ayla's?
I'm figuring out how to roll initiative.
On your character sheet, just press initiative.
In the middle, on the top, next to the shield.
There you go. As the Drider steps out of the shadows, they tell you you won't make it out alive this time. One of the Driders starts rushing over to you. Yeah, okay, let's fuck that. And he charges Bassett. He will try to square you with his front legs. On the first attack, that's a 9 to hit, so that's a miss, I believe, and that's a 9 to hit, so that's a miss, and that's a 14.
That's also a miss.
All right, so as soon as he rushes over to you, he stands up and kind of just pokes his legs down at you, but you manage to dodge all the attacks. And Josephine, what would you like to do?
I would like to cast True Strike on my arrow and leap it into the spider thingy.
Yeah, sure. Give me a D4 first.
Oh, 4.
Okay, so you're unconcentrated for 4 rounds, so you have disadvantage on everything you do.
Huh? Because of the
Yep.
sex ed talk.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's only valid. You know what? That's only valid. That's fair.
So
Disadvantage?
distracted.
I think it's gonna be fine.
Your whole world is
Turned upside down. Babies before
Valid.
marriage? Listen. That's awful. That's crazy. Does a 18 hit? That's my lowest.
Nope.
An 18 doesn't hit?
Nope.
Saddle up, guys. Holy shit.
Just, I need to recover from that. As a bonus action, I want to hide. I'm bailing.
All right. Give me a stealth.
Oh, good. They're probably like really efficient with like seeing in darkness and shit. But there are lots of trees and stuff. I rolled a 27.
Yes, and you try to hide in the bushes to your left.
Yep.
I will not tell you if you were successful or not.
Okay. That's all that I can really do in my round because I used my action, bonus action, and I probably moved. You know, I moved into a bush like to hide, so I used all of that.
And Ilos, you're up.
Would you say I'm in melee range of the one that attacked Vassith since we
Yeah.
like walked and talked?
Yep.
Alright. Then I am gonna melee attack. And since I have 2 attacks per action. It's gonna be 3 total
Yep.
attacks.
Sure.
First with short sword.
Go for it.
And that's a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so 1 hit, and the next one is with advantage then. 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Yes. Nice.
And the third one is gonna be back again with the short sword. $22 to hit.
That's also a hit.
Alright, so that's 3d6 plus.
So while you do
Right.
the math, you take out your sword and you start slashing first one across its legs and another one across its body, and you kind of falls down and you stab your sword upwards into its torso, and you deal how much damage?
21.
21.
Kind of split between slashing and piercing.
Yep, that's fine. That's it?
I am also. The extra attack is part of the attack action as far as I can see, since I got 2 weapon fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna use my bonus action to second wind tactical shift,
Okay.
which means that I can move up to half my speed
Mm-hmm.
without provoking opportunity attacks.
All
Look at
right.
you go.
So where would you like to go?
Where would they be? Like, if we were in a line, and I can imagine Vasit and me, like, in
Bassett and
kinda in the
you
back.
are up front with
We are
one
up front.
rider, and you have
And the 2 others.
the 2 others are about 30-40 feet behind you again, and the rest of the group is at your backs.
Okay, so they're at both sides of the group.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
gonna move 15 feet to the side then.
All right.
To my left side.
Yep.
Just to get a little bit of distance.
Yep. Sure. Gigi.
Yes. She will bring forth her shield and her rapier and punch it down towards the air as she screams out, and light billows and hair flops. Bring forth your silver light, Orathiel! Banish this creature to the darkness whence they came! And yeah, sick.
Yeah.
And light blasts 420 feet. And I was like within 30-foot reach to one rider at least.
Yes.
Because then she'll turn around and run towards that one and just like slide on her knees in the wet grass and just stab upwards towards its torso.
Great.
So hopefully hit something. We'll see. Actually, it's not advantage yet. So that's just a normal, but I think it'll hit with a 23.
23 hits.
Right. So that's an 11 piercing damage as well as 5 radiant damage.
Yeah.
And second attack gets advantage. Boom. For a 22 this time. Hits,
That's
yeah.
it.
Noise. That's a 16 piercing.
Yep.
And boop. A whole 10 radiant.
That's max
Take
damage on
this.
that roll.
That's crazy.
Bitch.
Nice.
Uh,
It helps to be dramatic when you enter combat.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Always helps to be dramatic.
Yeah,
Just ask
surely
Dio.
after I got this fucking sword. It is now. So yeah, hope you're not hiding in darkness, Josephine. Sorry.
I was technically hiding in a bush.
Well, that's a bush.
Okay, I'm sorry. Just a little bit of technical difficulties here.
Don't be. I'm not. Take your time.
All right. Yeah, okay, very good.
Yep,
That
that's my turn.
you can see that the drider, as soon as you strike it with your blade, and the radiance that shines out of it, it kind of streaks and pulls back from its light. And as the drider in the background can see you're doing this, he will target you. And he kind of spits out something from his, I would guess you would call it a pouch.
Spider
Correct.
pouch.
Yeah, spider pouch. And
Is that fanny pack?
yeah, that's a hit.
Is it?
Yeah, I believe that 20 will automatically hit.
Yeah, it hits. It does. Ew. Gross.
So you take 31 poison damage.
My god! Okay. 31 poison damage. Gotcha.
And it
Gotcha!
moves slowly towards you.
Was it poison or was it a web?
It was a poison burst.
Ugh. Disgusting. Okay.
That's it, you're up.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out the lay of the land here. Like he said, we were in a line. There were 2 Driders behind us and 1 in front.
No, incorrect. It's one in front of you, and there are 2 Driders behind that again.
Oh yeah, all right. And the one who attacked me is has been engaged by Ilos before he retreated, and anyone else?
Genevieve.
Genevieve. So, Gigi is up there with me. Uh, if Vasith walks around it, will he be able to reach the ones behind, or are they too far away before leaving his threatened space?
Too far away.
Too far away. All right. So, seeing that the close by has been pounded, I think Vasith is going to ignore it and run for the one that spat the poison.
All right.
He will reach it with his 30 feet movement.
Yep.
All right. And will probably provoke an attack of opportunity as he does so. If you want to resolve that.
The Drider that you're passing is too busy and too consumed by the light shining out of Gigi's blade to even react at your movements.
Yeah. So when he gets near, he's going to jump up and try and punch the Drider in the face.
Yep.
That works.
With a nat 20.
Ah! Good
All right.
punch.
All right. That's a good start. Let's see.
Go, big guy.
That means that he will take. Oh, that's a 8 on the die as well. 16 plus 3, 19 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
To the face, and he needs to make a strength saving throw to not get grappled by the punch and grab.
Right. So that's a 13.
That's a fail. So he's grappled.
Yep.
And as the second attack, he's going to try and force the creature down into the ground with a push action. making it prone.
All right.
So I need to see if I hit first. Let's see. That's a 19.
That's a hit.
All right. Then he needs to make another strength saving throw.
That's a 10.
So he's grappled and prone, and then, because that looked really dangerous, he's gonna action search and wail on him while he's laying down.
Yep.
I think. I don't think I have any. Yeah, you have advantage on attack rolls against a creature grappled by you from the grappler feat. So,
Yep. I would assume that you had.
oh, that's good because that's a 1 and a 19.
That's a hit.
I'm just gonna roll to see if the second punch hits as well. That's more. That's 23. So, while wailing, he will do 18 damage total for the 2 punches.
Mm-hmm.
Just wrestling it over. Yeah, putting his arm around the upper torso, riding him on his back, and just wailing on its face while the thorax and spider legs are going at it. Yeah,
Nice.
and that's my turn.
Theo.
All right. Shit.
Let's
Just
have some bardic wisdom.
yeah, just so I'm visualizing this.
Yep.
From the damage that has been dealt, it looks like Genevieve has been hit the worst, right?
Correct.
Yeah, she's
Alright.
like wiping at her eyes to try to get this poison out. Like, ew, that's disgusting.
All right. So Dio is going to turn to the Drider who is closest,
Mhm.
without getting near, motherfucker. And after, before that, after the what Vassett just did, he's going to hum to himself, "This lizard's on fire! Fire!" And after that, he is going to look at this Drider and say, "You have so many legs, but you have not learned to step the fuck off. Get fucked!" And that's going to be vicious mockery. Can I have a wisdom save, please?
Of course. Let's see. Wisdom. That's an 11.
That's a fail. That is going
Yeah.
to be 10 psychic damage. And then he's going to look over to Gigi and say, "Okay, Gigi, you got this. You can do this. How about you have some of this healing?" And you will have some healing word at second level.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I can get my fucking dice back. Sorry. My horns are in the way. Ooh, okay, that's good. 11 plus 5. 16 points of healing.
Thanks, Boo. That helps.
Anytime. And I will, as if I'm not in the back, I'm getting to the back.
All right. And the third Drider also takes a few steps forward, lining up its pouch and aiming at Gigi for this incredible, harsh, shining light that you have. Let's see. That's a 15 to hit.
Nah.
All right. So he steps up a little bit more and is that's it. You have now one rider here and one rider below you.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't exit my threat range.
No.
No.
He entered it.
Red range.
And now it's the rider standing beside you, Gigi, that you hit, and it's quite hurt. And since Facet fled from its sights, it turns to you and starts racing up and slamming down its forelegs at you. So the first attack, that's a 17.
It is a melee attack. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it is. Right? Yeah, no, doesn't hit. She just bashes it away with her shield.
All right.
Yeah, that rider can't hit for shit.
So
Don't
that's
worry.
a 13 on the second attack,
Eh,
and an 11 on the third.
you
It
know,
worked! It worked! Could have gone
Josephine.
either horribly wrong or like super absolutely right. It's
Can
so
I just
crazy.
was that the one that Dio attacked or another one?
That was the one that Dio attacked. I rolled with disadvantage on it.
Okay, I just wanted
Oh,
to
that explains
recognize that.
something.
Thank you.
Yeah, it does.
Thanks, dude.
All right. Well, I mean, you know I'm hiding. Now I need to
Are you?
know if I'm hiding. Actually.
Yes, you managed.
Okay.
Never saw her.
Great. I'm doing the same thing again. Okay, it's promising. 20! Dirty 20! Dirty 20 is the lowest. So that hits,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yes.
Right. Yes. Okay, let me just see what true strike there, and then with my this, and then I want to know, are these creatures small, medium, or large?
Large.
They're a large creature. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna add up some damage, and I will tell you what I do after that. But it's essentially like Josephine, within like the blink of an eye, kind of like throws Roy over this bush, and without even aiming, she just shoots a golden glowing arrow out of the bush.
Nice.
And it just pierces into, I want to say, like, if there's a Drider that's closest to Genevieve, that's
Yeah.
probably the one I want to hit the most.
Yeah, it's the most damaged.
Okay, so that's that, and then there is this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm gonna hit it for 25 radiant damage. And then I'm gonna use one sneak attack die. If the target is large, it can try and succeed a DC 15 Dex saving throw.
Okay, so as you throw Roy out over the bush and you kind of just release this glowing arrow, you can see that the blade of Genevieve borrows some of its energy to your arrow as it's passing by, and the arrow enters at its belly and just goes through the entire Drider, and you nearly miss Alos standing at the back of the Drider,
Whoa!
and he just falls dead to the ground.
Evaporates. Okay, yeah. Alright.
Nice.
Then I will not use that, but yeah, thanks. Then I will hide again. Do you want another stealth?
Yes, I would like another
Oh, that's
one.
even better. 29?
Never
Yep.
saw her.
I
Never.
rolled also better.
I rolled 29. So I guess I'll know my next round.
Yeah. Alos, you're up.
Did anyone Did any of them come in melee range of me, or am I at long range?
You're at long range now.
Okay, I'm gonna fire 2 arrows at the one I attacked earlier.
He's dead.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay,
killed
There's two by Facet's side. And the
Yeah,
one
and one
that's
is
prone
prone and
and
grapple,
grappled.
and yeah, I'm gonna shoot for the one that's not prone because
All
I
right.
don't want to miss. Um. Right, I'm just gonna fire the 2 arrows, and that's a crit and a 10.
Oh my god, bruh.
So that's a hit and a miss.
Yeah. Let's see. There and there. So, alright. 13 plus 11, 24
Yeah.
piercing damage. And I'm gonna action surge and fire with 2 more.
All right.
So that's okay. 23 and 24.
Both hit.
Mm. 8, 11, 14 points of piercing damage.
14.
14.
As you accents surge and you draw upon the energy to move a little bit faster than a normal human being. The shadows in the forest behind you, it kind of, as you draw your third arrow, it kind of gets a mist forming and stretches out from within the forest. And it, like a rope, it spirals upwards and rails itself around your arrow. And as you release it, you hit with an extra boom. And the creature is stunned for 1 minute.
Can I make it a religion roll to see if I can sense the presence of a known deity?
At your turn, you can use your action to do so, of course.
All right, then I probably won't. It was more if it was a
But
instinct thing.
in your head, you are also filled with thoughts of your forefathers and the path your father was on.
All right.
Gigi, you're up.
The one who pissed at me is still alive, isn't it?
Yeah, both the
Yep.
ones still alive are the ones that has spat on you.
Cool. Cool. Is he far? Is he within 30 feet?
Let's see. There are 2 left. There's one at 20 feet and one at 30 feet.
Yeah, I'll definitely attack the one who pissed on me because I am the light, and you do not piss on the light. She runs up and tries to stab it in the in the abdomen, I suppose.
This one is
It's
prone, so
even better.
you have advantage.
Oh damn! Love you, Vassis. Thank you. Not that I need it, but thank you. That's 26. Yep. That's a 11 piercing and a 4 radiant for the first attack. Stab.
Yep,
He alive?
he alive.
Cause then he gets another attack.
Yes.
Cause that what we do. Oh boy. 16.
No.
He wriggles. Ah, the
No.
worm.
You are not successful in piercing his skin.
She still has a poison in her eye, so she's like just like stabbing.
Yeah.
But misses, unfortunately, this attack.
And now it's the one that's grappling you, grappled by you, Bassett, and he will try to wail at you with his 3-4 legs.
He may do so with disadvantage because he is prone.
He has already disadvantage.
Damn right.
So the
Oh,
first one is a miss, and that's a miss. And that's dirty 20.
Yeah, that's a hit.
So that's 3, 7, 11 for piercing damage.
All right, I'll take it.
And Vassit, you're up.
Yeah, so at the start of my turn, he takes 4 bludgeoning damage because I'm the grappler. There you go.
Yep.
I'll punch him with cupped fist like this, just to the face.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a miss. That's a double 2. let's do that
Magic.
again then. Yeah, let's do that again. Oh, that's better. That's 21 to hit.
That's a hit.
Yeah, with 11 bludgeoning damage. Still up.
Yeah.
Starting to look weak, perhaps. Maybe. Let's
I would say he's blooded.
yeah. Let's do the bonus action and Hungry Jaws and bite at them with a 30-20.
That's a hit.
And that'll be 9 piercing damage.
All right.
And I'll gain some temporary hit points.
All right.
That's my turn.
Dio, you're up.
All right. So, Josephine is after Dio, right?
Yep.
Okay. So he is going to.
Not directly after. There's a Drider in between.
Yeah, but he's the next party member after Dio.
Yep.
Or she's the next. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So once again, going for a vicious mockery at whichever one's closest, saying, "You better learn to moonwalk and get the fuck out of here." And that's a wisdom save. And he's going to turn to Josephine and say, "Deploy." And that's a bardic inspiration.
He fails.
Is it a D6 or D8?
D8, baby.
Woo!
The damage for that is going to be 11. Psychic.
11.
That's it.
All right. So now it's the one Drider that's not pinned down, but he will try to move up since his main target enters his area. So he will walk behind you, Genevieve, and you have now one Drider on each side, the one being grappled and prone, but this Drider moves up beside you and he will try to pin you with his legs.
Nay.
That's a 9.
So that means he left my threat range, right?
Nope, he's still in it.
If he went behind Genevieve.
He was below you, and he is large, so he takes up 4 squares. And Genevieve is standing beside you.
All right, I see.
So that's 24 to hit on the second attack, and 19 to hit on the third attack.
Mm-hmm. The 19 does not hit. If it's a melee attack. She deflects with the shield. But
Alright.
24
So
hits, 24 hits.
then you get 16 piercing damage.
16 piercing. Alright. Oh, he
And
stabs with his little legs.
Josephine, you're up.
So Josephine will poke her head out of the bush this time and just go, "So did that work?" Or and then she's gonna kind of like a sniper go
Before
with Roy. Oh,
Before you do anything,
okay.
you hear a voice in your head. that's calling your hands down to your daggers. Believe in yourself. Unleash them.
I mean, if you want to, she will front flip over this bush and run towards one of the driders that are standing at Gigi. Now that I'm seeing that two also are like covering Gigi, I feel like there's an instinct with this voice. There's just like, okay, and she'll like front flip over the bush, run towards the one standing, not the one that's prone.
Yeah.
And she will flick open the knives, and as she takes them out, the glow goes from her fingers and out to the tips of the knives. As I keep casting True Strike, and I am going to attack. Now I have a few questions, because I was hidden, but I ran towards them. Will it still count as I mean, my friends are 5 feet there, so
yes.
Yeah, okay. And then I can use both daggers as an action and still have a bonus action, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll to hit. First one. It's still with disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I mean, it's either that a crit that won't go through, or let's see, 7 plus 7 is 14, so that's 24 to hit.
That's a hit.
And that's also without the bardic inspiration, so. Alright. And the second attack is either, let's see, 19 or... Ooh. Oh, I mean, 19 is the lowest.
That's a hit.
Okay. So, both of them will hit. That will be 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and I have to roll those again.
We will be right back. Hydra is doing that.
Yeah, and that goes slow. 28 radiant damage as she just flicks the knives up and slices towards this. I kind of want to cut off one of the spider's legs or something.
Yeah. And as you're doing this, and you get one stab in and another one, and you feel something within you take over, and the rest of the group that are standing and watching this, you can kind of see that Josefine is multiplying, and suddenly there's Josefine, but she's slightly different, and these shadows just start to wail on this Drider. Go ahead and give me another additional 3d8 damage.
Ah, so cool.
It's like, I feel like there's just like multiple versions of herself in slight like variations. Like, one has her hair done really well, the other one is wearing like a really nice dress, the third one is like in these raggedy rags and she's super dirty, and like the fourth one is like covered in black ink on her face and with a hood up, and like so there's just like multiple versions of herself just surrounding this spider, and they're all just going ham on this creature. Was it 3
You're calling on
D8s?
all your different personalities.
Was it 3 D8s?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit. That's 20 additional damage.
Toast. Toast.
It's still standing.
What?
That's crazy.
Oh.
Alos, you're up.
It was only one now?
There's 2 left.
There's 2 left.
And one is prone.
One is prone.
Hanging out with Vasith.
Yeah. And seeing Josephine and copies or the slightly different copies of her, just like running past me and going on ham mode.
Additional information towards Ilos is that you probably, like, one of these copies looks oddly familiar. There's like a sense of one of these copies that you think you've seen before, but you're not sure when or where. So yeah, if you are close to it, and which I assume you are.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Seeing that strangely familiar version of Josephine, I am gonna aid her and fire 2 arrows at the one that she was attacking.
Hmm.
Ah, that's a 10 and a 23.
That's a myth and a hit.
And that's gonna be max 11 points of damage.
Nice.
Go Prince!
As you see, Josephine runs past you and wailing on this strider. You get a clean shot and you take the opportunity and aim your bow and release an arrow. It slides through the air and gets stuck right between its eyes. And it falls down dead to the ground.
Yes! That's our boy!
And with that, we will clean up this mess after a short break.
Hey! I'm so
Woo!
hyped. I don't know if I can take a break. That was
What?
crazy epic.
What a fucking battle, you guys. You are amazing. I need a
God.
break.
Yeah, I do need some more Pepsi. And that's a reminder that everyone should get something to drink and stay hydrated, preferably with water. But I mean, if you have a lovely beverage you enjoy, you can also enjoy that. And
Yes.
we will take a 5-minute break, and we'll be back right after that. See you!
See you later.
See you later.
Nice.
Intense.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Headless coming running
Why?
in.
Yes.
We did forget something today, Matt.
What?
We did forget the introductions at the start of the stream, actually.
Oh my god, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yes, but the people know us so good.
Know
Nice.
what to expect.
We can do
The technical
the
difficulties are
exit
the
montage today.
Yeah, we can do them afterwards.
Yeah.
You can explain who you're playing after you've been playing it for 3 hours.
I think that's a
yeah.
good
We
idea.
need to say it in past tense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can refer it as I used to play Josephine.
Not anymore, cause she dead. No.
Cause
That sounds grim.
yeah.
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 And on that
Oh.
note, Genevieve, you're up.
Yeah, speaking of not grim, there's still one Spidey left that's writhing under our lizard boy.
Yes.
Yeah. She just looks at Vasith and be like, "Let's finish this," and she stabs it. Hopefully for the last time, maybe twice, maybe twice. Who knows what's gonna be needed? Blah, blah, blah. But it's definitely an advantage since he's prone, right?
Correct.
That's how it goes. That's why he does all of these things. 25, that hits. I know.
It does.
So that's a 7 piercing and 7 radiant. No, sorry, 15 piercing. 15 piercing and 7 radiant.
All right. So as you
Glowing
are
silver light.
communicating to Vasit to let's finish this, and Vasit he kind of takes his arm lock on this creature and it exposes its head. And you take your blade and you just drive it into the skull of the Drider, pinning it to the ground. And you, Vasit, you can feel that the life is draining and the body falls limp.
Right.
And she rises up, flicks her hair.
And as you flick your hair, there comes a breeze that helps you with doing so.
Beautiful.
She is the chosen.
The light. I mean, your light weren't bad. What was that?
Yeah, I was just about to say, I feel
Josephine!
like she's probably still hammering at the dead body until like
Oh my god.
everyone's dead and it just warps back and she's standing there with the knives, but they're not glowing anymore. And she's just like,
Josephine, what was that?
There's still a creature left, isn't it?
Nope.
nope.
It is.
Oh. I thought one of them had. I thought the one that was standing had some more HP left.
I lost killed him.
I lost murdered.
Murder.
Dealt with it.
Yeah.
I think
Murder, we did some murder.
I think my
Stop it.
daggers spoke to me.
I'm sorry, what?
I think my daggers spoke to me.
That is so cool!
You speak to
totally
your
normal,
sword, right?
Right, guys?
Do you... Do all of you speak to your weapons?
I don't know. I just
Well-
Do you speak to your weapon? Was it? Yeah. What?
No, I don't speak to it,
Okay.
but I can call on it.
Okay. I heard this voice that was. I mean, they were just telling me to prove myself, and I saw you, Gigi, in this sticky situation with the two Driders, and I just felt like I needed to like come up here. What? I just went hammered on this guy. What did you see?
As you're blabbering away, you can see that Alos, you can recognize this kind of mist coming out from the shadows in the forest. And it creeps along the floor in a very small and thin line. And it starts to wrap itself around your leg, Bassett. And as soon as it touches you, you are paralyzed and you cannot move. And this, you can see that the smoke is rapidly enclosing on your body. And it
Yeah,
kind of shrinks into your body and you can't move. So
Yeah, it's probably in a weird position too, as he was trying to figure out whether or not he could pull some poison out of the Driders with the empty vial he has.
yeah,
Inconvenient.
you're about to kneel down, and the rest of the group can see that there are some symbols on Vasit's body starting to glow, and you feel immense power coming from these markings. And you can move again, and you feel more powerful, more sturdy. And as soon as you start to get a feel of this good feeling of these markings, they evaporate from your skin. And you're left standing as you just were a few minutes ago.
Yeah, so Vaseth is like slowly uncrouching, loosening his shoulders, testing his grip, just looking at his hands.
What did you just do, Vassith?
I think. I'm not sure. But I think I may just. I don't know how to put words on it, but I think I got closer to the balance.
What
You got
balance? What balance?
The force of Barkath.
No, I think whatever we're doing here is slowly making us mad, and we need to move. Listen, my daggers can't talk, and this isn't happening. We're just like this is crazy. This is crazy talk. We're madmen now. We're becoming madmen.
I mean, there are stories of
Joseph-
weapons that have communicated, like cursed weapons, some extremely heroic weapons. Have you heard about Hildar with the hammer? He could talk with his hammer because his hammer was a magical weapon that had a deity trapped inside his hammer. So he could communicate that. He was basically a paladin with his deity in his hammer. He was really cool.
That's so cool.
Maybe something lives within your hammer now. We don't know. Or maybe they are going to curse you and you will slowly dwindle into madness and we will have to rescue you from some sort of insane darkness. But I mean, both might happen and none might happen. We don't know yet.
As you say this, Theo, Josephine gets like a flash image of a nightmare she had the first night she went on an adventure with you guys. When you had to sleep out in the forest for the first time, and we woke up with immense dreams. And it is essentially just her worst nightmare. And when you mention cursed weapons and her emerging into darkness, she sees herself standing there with the same daggers that she's holding right now, but her hands are just bloodied and she's like trapped somewhere, and it just flashes towards her, and you can just see that like all color fades from her face and she becomes like deadly pale again.
And as
I mean-
she just turns pale, again, this mist from the forest comes out and it takes a shape just inches away from Josephine's head. It takes the shape of a head, which is, from what you can see, identical to Josephine, but slightly older. And she just looks at you in the eyes. And inside your head, you can hear, "You could prevent this." And it disappears again. Now you, for this, everything that's happened, give me a D10, please.
Of course. That's a 7.
So you gain 14 madness points.
Yeah, that's
Level 2, let's go!
a level 2.
I mean, just her, right? Like,
Yeah.
just her. Yeah. You crazy bitch.
And like she as you can see that like when the shadow emerges, that Josephine like is trying to grab onto it, and then it disappears before she like managed to like get a hold of it. She's just standing there staring into blank nothingness. Still
But
like
hold
super
on.
pale.
Do we all see this shadow shaped
Yep.
like her?
Mm. You do.
Uh, I'm confused. Who? What was that?
It was
Josephine.
my it was my mom.
It wasn't. Your mom's not a shadow. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, she's in a grave
It makes
somewhere.
perfect sense to me.
What do you
Why?
mean?
How does it make sense?
Doesn't make any sense.
Both the majestic creature we encountered earlier and the enchanter has, in fact, said that this is an enchanted forest. And I nearly felt the presence of my forefathers entering myself, strengthening me. The same happened to Josephine, and will probably happen to you as well.
It
Makes
doesn't
I
look
mean,
perfect sense to
very
me.
strengthened. She looks confused and scared and paler than I've seen you in a while.
Well, not a second ago when she unveiled her daggers deep into the thorax of this spider creature.
But what's that got to do with whatever that was?
I still
I don't
don't
know.
know what did it look like?
Like you. So it must
You
be a
look
human thing.
A little bit
like
older.
a bit older. Yeah.
Oh, like the shadow. Yeah, I realized the shadow looked like my mom. It was my mom. But
Hmm.
I'm talking about what the
And as
daggers
you're
did.
talking about this shadow, it appears again, slowly drifting out of the woods, but this time the target is Theo. It slips along the floor, and as soon as it engulfs Dio in a whirling spiral and disappears, you can see that Dio is standing there, but his features are more sharp. His eyes are glowing brighter, and his horns are more polished and pointy. But the thing that you notice the most is a cloak that has appeared around him. And as you are kind of get a feel for this kind of improved physique that you have, you start to levitate slowly up in the air. And this cloak is just dancing around you and making you look quite majestic.
Guys,
And
this is awesome.
suddenly it disappears
Oh.
with you mid-flight, but you land on your feet with the fist clenched, punching into the ground with one knee down also. Better known
3-point
as a
landing, babe.
Hero
superhero
pose,
landing.
yeah.
Yeah, superhero landing.
Yeah. Damn.
Dio is going to hold that pose for at least 5 seconds more than he needs to,
Yeah.
before getting up slowly and looking back. And maybe the shadow is kind of nice. I mean,
told you.
I mean, my well, I heard. I don't. Did you hear my mom say anything when she appeared?
did
Did
we
we all
hear it?
hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you didn't hear it, but
Okay,
you
we just saw
saw
it. No, I mean we just saw it, but
Well,
it's nice to see your mom. I'm sure.
she did say that I did a good job. I guess.
That
I'm,
I
that sounds
suppose.
fantastic. She came to you in the shadows and told you were doing a great job.
I don't know if the shadows are just like portraying our deepest, darkest wish or something, or if like this is a good thing or a bad thing, or I don't know.
I mean, it is a really cool cape.
Don't we have
But is it
some
your
more?
deepest, darkest wish?
I was gonna say that levitating and having a cool cape is not my deepest wish.
and also, I mean, uh, you guys know I'm not a big fan of shadows. Uh, but this one felt weirdly warm and familiar.
And
Like,
comforting.
yeah, like when it was surrounding me, I've I've never felt closer to my father before than at in that moment.
We already know that the veil between worlds is thin here. The Ancient One told us as much.
Hmm.
So they came back from the dead to say good job and give you a hug? But that doesn't make any sense because Aelus's dad's not dead. So it doesn't make any sense.
Well,
You feel a breeze, Gigi.
See?
But,
I'm right.
but this time, it carries a voice.
He has something.
You're right. He's not.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I knew it. I mean, you knew it, but I knew it. We all knew it. And she confirmed it. Thank you.
Wait. Who confirmed what?
Raphael, you didn't hear?
We can't hear your
No.
goddess or god or whatever. We can't hear it.
You are the only one who can talk to the wind.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I am the chosen one. Well, she just told me that I'm right and you're right and we're all right. Your father is alive and now we just need to find him and maybe this shadow can help.
Do we see the shadow out in the forest, or is it just coming at random points?
You can imagine that you're standing in a small clearing in the woods, and as I described earlier, there are large ancient trees that grows tall and has a big canopy blocking out the sun. So it's, even though it's midday, it's like nighttime.
Mhm.
And the shadows that are cast from this canopy is very close to you. So it's very easy for the shadow or even a person to be standing right next to you without you seeing them.
Gotcha.
So this makes sense because Varkath isn't dead either.
But my mom is.
What if she's not?
Okay, Gigi, however much I wished that was true, I unfortunately witnessed her dying right before my eyes, so I don't think there is a possibility of her surviving that.
But I don't think Varkath is for this world either. Which is why I said the veil between worlds is thin here. I don't think it really matters whether or not the one that reached out to us is alive or dead.
Don't we have more
So,
spiders?
what do you think?
Sorry? I
The
turn around.
enchantress
It's the
walks out of the forest.
fucking guy. This
Ugh.
fucking guy.
You?
I have seen that you have slain some dryters for me. And I also noticed that the forest has chosen what you should be getting.
Are you
What
are you
your
saying that
blessing is?
these are our magical weapons?
No, they are just simply weapons. But
Okay.
the forest showed me what to imbue them with.
Oh.
It's quite beautiful, don't you think?
I mean, it's fascinating for sure. Don't like that laughed. Okay.
Yes.
So
I
Dio can
just
fly
need
now.
I just need something here. No. Well, can you fly, Theo?
I will try to fly.
Please describe how.
He is going to stretch as much as he can while putting his hands out in a V position, and then just put his neck up and just manifest in his brain the motion of flying upwards while singing, flying, soaring. There's not a star in heaven that I can reach.
The enchanter leans into Alos and just. What's he doing?
Your guess is as good as mine.
If we're trying, then I'm breaking.
I believe this is not working. Oh my god.
Well,
Gigi just looks at him, really expecting him to just go somewhere right now.
but I can see that you have this handled. So I'll just get this. And he slices a piece of the drider. And he removes its heart. And I'll be on my way. So, thank you.
Is this? Do we? I have a question.
Yes?
Are we done here? What are we? Are there more driders?
There are probably at least 5 more.
Yes, there are more driders. You silly little girl.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you and you're welcome, I suppose. And we will talk later.
Yes, we will. Come back for supper.
Okay. All right.
And he
Oh
leaves.
my god, ew. He freaks me out, guys. He really does.
He's so weird.
Mhm.
Seems a lot nicer than before.
That's-
Really?
No.
He was smiling the whole time.
Okay, we. Sometimes a smile isn't a smile, Masses.
I put up a smile all the time. It doesn't mean that I'm nice all the time.
Amen.
Yeah, and I mean, as it, don't you like sometimes kind of smile, like you show your teeth to intimidate things?
Yes, but I usually also growl. I don't laugh and make conversation when I do so.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
There's so many nuances that we should definitely discuss at some point. But Vasit, what did he take?
He took the heart.
But why?
Probably not to eat it.
Sorry?
Probably not to eat it.
Yes.
Okay.
Listen, I'm sure that he has some sort of potion lined up that needed a drider heart or some sort of magical thing that he wants to use it for. Let's not
Yes.
let's just leave it, okay? Let's just keep killing these guys.
Yeah,
Just-
but Vasit, shouldn't he have asked us? I mean, they were you guys killed them. Like, shouldn't he ask first?
He can have them if for me. He can have them.
He don't you understand? He gifted our weapons with abilities. Or I mean, I don't know, at least my daggers and whatever your ability with the whole flying situation is going to be. And then I mean, you seem to have been involved in this, like, engulfing of the shadows as well, Bassett. And it aided Ilos with, I mean, harder hitting arrows. So it should be that's kind of his gift, I suppose. And then he took the heart of a drider as a price to pay.
That was-
It was supposed to forging new weapons. Wasn't that the entire point of getting the fire rock thing?
Well, if you listened, he said that the forest had chosen the abilities for the weapon enchantments.
Yeah.
And I mean, your sword didn't, or like, you kept your sword. It just got better, right?
Yeah, but I'm special. I'm unique. Like, not like you
I'm
are
sorry,
not
are
special in your
you
own way. But
telling the prince of the Fair Isles that you're more special than him?
I didn't say I was
Josephine.
more special. I just said that I'm chosen by the gods.
All
But
right,
okay,
all right.
he's a
And
prince. I get it.
I'm not special.
You are.
I mean, no.
I mean,
Ilos,
you
you're the
literally
prince of the Fair Isles. Come on.
it is pretty special, Ilos. You shouldn't just,
Don't
sweep
throw
that
it
under a
away
rug
like
or.
that.
I was just like flushing, like his cheeks are turning so red.
Yeah, Josephine's still going like, there is like titles are in great order. You should take ownership of, like, she's just still going at it.
Oh boy.
And Vasith, spurred by the heart harvesting thing, wants to actually try to continue with harvesting poison if he is allowed to.
Yes. You can make one animal handling check.
Oh, that's not good. That's an 8.
You try to figure out where this venomous sac is. And as soon as you locate it, you fumble. And it's spilled.
Hey, fuck. Shit,
So,
bad.
yeah.
Ah,
So
But it
there
couldn't
are
fly,
there are other
Dio.
bodies. Can I try
you
other
can
bodies?
try.
Or...
I will let you try one more time.
All right. Thank you. Oh, that's better. That's a 21.
Yes, you successfully extracts the poison.
Did you just need a vial of poison method?
Yes.
You
It makes
do.
these a lot more potent, and I show the blowgun needles.
Oh, but I mean, you could have just asked me. I have like 12 in my backpack.
Well, this is art.
Okay. Or you know what, buddy?
Organically harvested, Josephine.
Good job. Good job. Good
Locally
job,
sourced
Lister.
poison.
Good job.
It's an important trophy to carry.
Yeah, I guess.
Nature takes and nature gives, right? This is the balance I spoke of.
All
But
right.
seriously, you guys, if you all got weapons and weapon upgrades and whatnot, what did you get, Dio? You just kind like what I saw is you just, I mean, you sort of flew up in the sky a bit, but and you became a bit more pointy, but and you got a cape. It's really
He
cool.
got a lot more flair.
Yeah, I mean, do you even consider how dramatic my performances could be if I can fly onto stage? I don't need all the wires and pulleys to do all the flyy bits in my show. I can just fucking fly. It's going to be amazing.
But did he actually fly? Because he attempted. I didn't catch if he succeeded or not. Like
No.
when he attempted with a song.
As Dio is pointing and waving his hands like this, Josephine, you notice something above you in the tree line, just behind the shadows. There's something looking at you. Just you.
Just me?
Yes.
Okay, I will. While you know Dio has all eyes on him in kind of this like strange commotion, I will slowly retreat into the shadows, like I usually do.
You can see that this figure that is watching you kind of floats down and it's starting to make its way a little bit into the forest.
All right, I follow.
Obviously, none of us noticed that you go.
I mean,
Obviously.
they never do.
Give me a stealth check with advantage.
Yeah, I think so. Dio is distracting.
30.
So does anybody beat that with their passive perception?
Not even gonna try. I don't even know. No.
I got 15.
So nobody notices that Josephine is headed into the forests. do you follow this figure?
Yes.
All right. So you walk for just a few seconds, but it's enough to let the forest kind of engulf you, and you feel shut out of the world. You're not thinking about your friends, but the camaraderie that you normally feel when you are around them and the safety you have in numbers, it's gone. You feel completely left alone. And as you continue to follow this figure, it suddenly rushes up to you, right in your face. And it's your mother again. You You let yourself be drawn into their trap. Roll for initiative.
Fuck! Ah.
Just Josephine.
Of course.
That is a 21.
All right. So you go first as two driders are standing in front of you.
All right. Um, does a 26 hit as the
Yes.
first attack, and then a 20 was the second?
Yep.
Okay. So I will. Two of them appeared, right? She'll
Yep.
just draw out her daggers and kind of like, while running, slice towards one of them, and then try and kind of. Like that's my action, and then as a bonus action, I try to want to leap into like some bushes or like try and hide somewhere. But I'm gonna deal. Whoa, 6, 12, 17. 29 radiant damage.
All right. So as you do so, the drider creaks, and you can roll for stealth as you're trying to hide.
Ooh, 29.
You successfully hide. And you can see that the driders are fanning out, kind of looking for you.
Good luck.
But as they are fanning out, they are also cutting you off from the escape back to your friends. So what do you do?
Is there a way I can like try to surprise attack one of them and then just bolt away? If
Yes.
are they like, because I am assuming they're like kind of coming towards me, like searching kind of, so opening
Yeah.
up the area.
Yeah.
And so if I just kind of leap forward, like slashing them on the way, and then just kind of make a run for it.
Yep.
Okay.
Will you focus on making a run for it or the slashing part?
Making a run for it. I will focus on making a run for it, but I want to hit them on the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you
Roll
want
for attack.
an attack roll? Because I do have, as a bonus action, I can also do the
Disengage.
The disengage, yeah, as a cunning
Yep.
action. So, okay. Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
And a 20.
Both hit.
Yay. That is some damage, which is good. Not so great damage this time. 19 radiant damage.
All right. So, as you are doing so, running away. The rest of the group can hear a shriek coming from within the forest.
What the fuck was?
What was that?
Where?
Where's Josephine?
Yeah, Vasith goes straight into prowler mode and runs for the sounds.
Follow the lizard.
Give me a survival check.
Okay.
Gigi follows the lizard.
Hylos is pretty much sprinting right behind.
That's a 19.
All right, so you successfully gauges the direction the shriek is coming from. And I will allow you to enter this combat. But first, before you manage to get up close and personal, they have an attack. And as Josephine is running away towards you, you're standing here. They will both try to hit you with their poison attack.
Oh.
I might be cooked. I
Yep.
might be cooked, chat. I'm telling this.
No.
I'm saying this right now.
No. Dodge it. Just do your rogue thing.
Okay.
And
I mean, I can
get
try.
the fuck out of there.
Does a 19 hit?
Let me see. It does not. Because what essentially happens is that they try to burst this like poison damage, and Josephine just kind of waves her hands and warp the poison into like a magical ball that just dissolves right in front of her.
All right. How about 22?
Yeah, that will do it.
So that's 18 poison damage.
Okay, that's fine.
And you can now all roll for initiative.
Hmm.
If you are not doing it digitally, you can just tell me what your score is.
Yeah, I've been disconnected, so I'm gonna roll. That's an 18.
I made a boo-boo. I need you to do it again.
Roll again, or can we just tell you? Hey.
You can just tell me.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds here.
Made a boo boo.
Yep.
Hit me with your boo boo.
So let's do like that and that and. Okay, so let's start with by removing those. Okay.
I
So
roll again, but I'm gonna go for the initial initiative, which was 15. If you want to edit it.
no, it's actually it's good. It's good. It's good. So you can see that Josephine is just sprinting towards you with 2 driders at her back, both of which are quite damaged from her initial attacks on them. And one of the driders will try to take a second burst of poison on Josephine. Does an 11 hit?
It does not.
And Josephine, what would you like to do?
I see my friends now coming, running
Yep.
towards them, right? I will kind of like, I was kind of sprinting for it, and I will slide on one foot, do a 180 and sprint back towards one of these creatures as I'm gonna go
Yeah.
for another dagger attack. Let's see. 20 hits, right?
Yeah.
And
And disadvantage on the next one because you hear in your head, "This forest plays tricks on your mind."
oh my fucking god. Okay. Oh, that's a nat 1 on the second attack.
Oof.
Oh, it was doomed to happen at some point. I was rolling too good. It's fine. It's still gonna be some damage, just not. I'm missing 1d6, so. Yeah, I rolled really good. So it's 21 still radiant damage as her blades are kind of still shining with this golden light as she slices towards them.
Yeah.
And I want to try and hit like the one that I've like done the most damage to, if I'm allowed.
Yeah. It's quite damaged at this point, and you can see the look on its eyes that it's starting to regret this encounter, thinking it would be an easy prey. But was soon taught otherwise. And that's it, you're up.
Yeah. So is it the one near to Josephine that's has the regretful look?
Yes.
Then let's jump into its face with a sprint and a jump and a tackle. Just right there.
All right.
And I'll do the punch and grab since that worked so well last time. That's 19 to hit,
It's
and he needs to make a strength saving throw.
that's 16.
He saves, but he takes 10 bludgeoning damage. And I think I'm just gonna try that again, but I need to do a.
But as you leap into the air and are getting ready to punch this drider, the shadow emerges once again and infusing your hand. So roll me another 2d8 damage.
That's a 6 and a 7, so that's
13.
13, yeah.
And that's... You can see that the energy from within this shadow, it lights up your hand. And it has the sort of glow that the daggers of Josephine and the sword of Chi-Chi. And as soon as you just, with one punch, you hit the drider, and it's knocked back 10 feet, and it just collapses to the floor.
All right, feeling that sort of strength engulfed and like the feeling of sort of bloodlust, he just simply eyes up to the next one and jumps him as well, going for a bite on the upper torso with his Hungry Jaws bonus action ability, which is a 25 to hit.
That hits.
And it does 8 piercing damage.
All right. And Ilos, you're up.
Not really many choices going through Iris' head as to what to do, so I'm gonna shoot 2 arrows.
Yep.
And let's see. That's that's 1 crit and 26 to hit.
All right. So
Wow.
Oh!
on the first arrow that you draw up to your bow, you pull it backwards, and you aim for the drider. As soon as you release it, the energy comes from the forest and strikes the arrow in its path to the drider. and it splits the arrow into 4 arrows. So you can add 3 additional damage dice to this attack.
Okay. Let's see. 3 additional. Do I have that many? No, I don't. Okay. It's gonna be like this, and then one more.
So it's a D8, right, for the longbow?
Yeah, but if it is it the crit or the other attack?
It's on the crit.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
roll
So if I add 3 damage die, it's gonna be 5d8.
8d8. Because the first 4 is maxed. So you already have done 32 damage.
Okay, and then I'm
Fucking
gonna
hell.
roll how many d8 after that?
4.
Okay, 4.
Heckin' math. It's not gonna be anything left of this spider.
And add the fixed damage.
Yeah. So
Okay.
how much? How?
Okay. 8, 6, 14, 19, 25 plus 13.
So 57 damage.
Yeah.
All right.
The Prince of the Fair Isles, my guys.
And as soon as those 4 arrows just pierces into the Drider's body, you can see that the life starts to ebb out of him, and he falls down to one knee. So go ahead and roll damage for the last attack.
um. That's gonna be 11 piercing.
All right. So as you did before, you hit it. You hit it on its head, and it falls lifeless to the ground.
Josephine also falls to the ground, and then, now
Yeah.
that both of them are like dead.
Gigi sort of just stood there back and kind of nodded like a proud like sister when she sees Ilos kicking ass, and then she immediately gets super worried when Josephine falls down, and goes over to you and give you a little pat. There, you're fine, you're fine.
How can I be so
And
stupid? I just walked straight into that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought it was my
That just
mom, and I
what you
walked, and I didn't. Oh, I should really stop doing this.
This is what you do at this point. Now sit still. And she'll give you at least 5 lay on hands to cure any poison damage. Like if you're poisoned
Yes,
Yep.
I am.
anymore.
Yeah.
Let's give you 10 because you are you.
Thank you.
Vasith also probably fell to the ground, being stuck to the upper torso with his jaw,
Yeah.
and when getting up and releasing, instantly seeing that there are arrows sticking out of the man's torso everywhere but where Vasith was, so he gives a nod to Ilos, and not paying attention to what happened behind him, he will turn around and say, "Well done, rooting them out,
Sorry?
thinning the herd. Well done."
You are applauding me for leaving you.
Yes, if there was 5 to 8 remaining, you lured out 2, which is a lot easier than 5 to 8.
Alright. Yeah, I guess you're right.
But seriously, don't do it again.
I want.
But
Thank you guys.
as the chaos of the battle comes to a halt, you can see out in the forest that you are obviously nearing this Drider nest. But you also feel that same sense that Josephine felt. That you are cut off from the world, and the only people you have to rely on are the ones to your sides. There are not coming anybody to help you or to save you from the dangers you will face here. So this is also a personal trial to see if you can come out of the forest as a better version that you were when you entered.
With that feeling, Vatheth will go over to Ilos, put a hand on his shoulder, and say, "You know, before we left, I made another vow, quite similar to the one we made at the Ashbourne Unchained.
What vow?
To rise, to guard, and not to fall. And while holding on your shoulder, we'll, survey the others, signaling the group."
I approach.
Yeah. Helping Josephine up if she
Yeah, thanks.
wants to.
It was a vow I gave to my mother before I left. After meeting you on the island. This place gives me bad feelings. Feelings I haven't felt before. Maybe it's the human that's rubbing off on me. But still, I think this place ushers caution.
I
Yeah, but
feel it too.
I do have faith in us as a group, and though it did work out well going alone now, I do really believe we are strongest and best together.
My
I
mother.
think if you guys just fight like you have been fighting up until now, nothing can stand in the way of this group.
My mother warned me as I entered this place. When I felt cut off from everyone and really, really isolated, she said that I'd walked right into their trap. So, I suggest we're closing onto the nest. How about we light it with the glimmer of light from. Sorry, what's the god's name again, Gigi?
It's Arathiel.
Arathiel. Okay, let's light this nest on fire with Arathiel's wrath or something like that.
That's right. And yeah, she just releases her sword again, super ready to go.
As you pull up your sword and you are holding it above your head, without you activating it, it shines a light. Not in a circle around you, but in a line. And it's moving, so it's organic, as you can see a kind of a path to take in the forest. And with that, we are gonna end.
Now that is different than following the wind.
Yeah,
That's the trail we blaze.
And before any of you say anything, I have 2 announcements, which I think you will enjoy. The first one, yes, you level up.
Yes!
Moving on, no.
I'm so ready.
And the second one is inspired by our own Vasset. From now on, it will not necessarily be every session, but I will give out what we will call epic points for a great roleplay. And how you can use them and so on, we will discuss, or I will make it something you can follow. But both Dio and Josephine, you get 1 epic point this round. And with 1 epic point, to give you an example, you can choose to use your epic point, and you will automatically hit or do a DC as long as it's within your range. But an
Nice.
automatic success. If you have 2, for instance, you can choose to crit.
Oh, I see. All right.
Very nice.
Cool.
So basically, if you use 1, you can automatically get a 19 on the die. With 2 points, you can automatically get a 20.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
That's a
Love
cool
it.
mechanic. Yeah.
Really, really cool.
Or if it's an ability check, or in Dio's case, a spell. If you use 1 and it's, for instance, 4d8 damage, the 2 first are maxed and you have to roll the 2 others. But if you use 2 points, they are all maxed.
All right.
Damn.
It's going to
Well,
be fun.
shit.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Let's roleplay the fuck out of this, guys. We
Yeah.
need these points.
Yeah.
So we have now madness points and epic points.
Yay! Thank goodness. Something to balance some
The
shit out.
craziness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Balance
good.
is a lot to hope for.
Balance.
Balance.
All
So
right.
that was tonight's
Well,
madness.
shit.
Tonight's announcement, I will say, my name is Hydra and I have played Josephine this D&D session of Ragnarol's. Ashbone Unchained is what we're called. We play every single Wednesday from 8 to around 11 p.m. Central European Time. And here with me, I have my lovely companions.
Hey,
My
yeah, who
Let everybody be
plays
silent.
Gigi, the human paladin? If you didn't catch that.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Anders, or Andy, and I'm playing Ilos, the human fighter.
I am Daniel, and I have been playing Dio, the Tiefling Bard.
And I'm Ola, and I'm playing the wrestling lizard folk fighter, Vaseth.
And I'm Matt, and I'm gonna roleplay everything else.
Nice. You have roleplayed everything else.
Yes.
This entire session.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have some stars to give out as well.
Yes.
Some
And
highlights.
if you have if the ones in chat also have a star, please type it now so we can share it.
And if you don't know what a star is essentially a highlight, something that you really, really enjoyed about this session or this stream. It can be a comment, it could be a character, it could be a moment, it can literally be anything.
And
I go first.
no, I want to.
You're the boss.
Well, accompanying my epic points, my star will of course go to Dio and Hydra for your 1 hour long discussion about marriage and how to get babies.
Thank you.
I was contemplating about half an hour in, should I let this go on? But
The answer is always yes.
The answer is
I
always
should.
yes.
Yes.
Listen, we could probably have gone for 3 hours.
Yes,
Like,
I
I
have
believe
no
I
it.
doubt.
I
Let
thought
it
we
be
were
so.
starting again right now. Are we not just continuing this?
Oh yeah, of course. I think like when we're done fighting the Driders, we're just gonna pick up. This is gonna be a
Yeah.
regular conversation now.
Now you have 2 bodies, so you can show her.
Oh,
Oh my god.
ooh, no.
Right.
I don't think.
No,
Listen,
They're
we've
that
both
was
female, though.
that was too far.
we've
That,
been
that
They're
it
all
never
female.
caught those bunnies.
we've been through like kind of like a lot of weird stuff like cannibalism and stuff like that. I feel like
Yeah.
you know, yeah,
Okay, so maybe it wasn't too far.
yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, clearly Dio needs his own little National Geographic moment, Animal Planet, time,
Yeah.
Hmm.
something. Words explained.
I agree. I agree.
Now you can go. Ola.
Thank you. Amidst the discussion about copulation, mating, and all of that, there was a comment from Ilos regarding the what? It's happening all around, and he's like, yeah, it's. Is it like the thing with the? There's always a rat within 3 meters of you. That
Yeah.
rat analogy and the timing of it. Yeah, that was a little extra cherry in the midst of a long and funny conversation.
Yeah.
So that's my star today. Good timing.
I will jump in if I can. I want to give my star to the battle descriptions from Genevieve in tonight's session. They were really, really on point, and they sounded so cool. I could like visualize it in my head, and I really enjoyed listening to that. So, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be that guy today because there's just so many highlights. This was a great session. Everybody rolled super well and were so on point. So I can't help but like give a star to everybody this time. I never do, but I will this time because it was just highlights after highlights.
My star today goes out to Dio for the thorough explanation of how children are made in a very Dio way. Like, you
Yeah.
couldn't have phrased it better than you did.
And that's also the star from the chat. No, but no, not for Dio, but to Alos for his patient and roundabout explanation of marriage. And human relationships only have Dio just say it out straight.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
Uh, and then transitioning into my star. Of course, I wrote that I absolutely loved the whole almost hour-long talk
Yeah.
about D&D sex ed.
Hmm.
But since it's kind of been taken, um, I'm gonna half cowardly go to the DM, not for like, of course, in general, I really appreciate and like your DMing, but the way you implemented the weapons and the fog kind of
Hmm.
surrounding us and empowering us in different ways, and the way you brought the lore to life in giving out those kind of magical weapons was a really nice way to implement it. I really enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that we can have a nice conversation about things in our D&D game. Just
Yes.
Yeah, I am always hyped for every Wednesday, and so should you. If you want to stay hyped, though, chat, you should follow us on our social media accounts. We have a YouTube channel where every single episode of Ashburn Unchained is published, including a history and lore update, as well as some other additional information. So if you haven't checked that out yet, you can go and watch that on YouTube, or you can join our Discord, where we share wonderful art and talk about jokes and most of all shares memes, which is
Yes.
the best thing, and that's the only thing that's holding me sane during the week when I don't play Dungeons and Dragons. So I don't know about you guys, but that's kind of how it is. I was thinking that we could raid some amazing role players called Rollverse. They are on the first episode. Now, I'm a little unsure because I have a feeling that they're speaking a different language than we are. But I still wouldn't mind you just going on and supporting them and just giving them like a little, hey, cool roleplay, keep it going. They have a really cool setup with a screen and everything, so just comment anything remotely to that and we shall be good.
Yes.
All right. And that was it for today. I hope you guys are tuning in next Wednesday when we play more to see, I mean, what conversation strikes up. Is it daddies? Is it babies? Is it cannibalism? You'll never know with this crew.
No. That's true.
Truly.
All right.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you
Thanks
next
for
Wednesday.
now.
qualcosa, non mi ricordo. Che so.
Oh, deep in a wild land where shadows loom, a guild was born from an ancient doom. The founders' names, a whispered tale of battles fought where evils fail. Ashboard to do what's right, unchained, we choose to fight. Bound by the oath to trail the land, from ash we rise, in flames we stand. Oh, from Felfire, where shadows curl, emerges strong, a weathered girl. Josephine dreams, her hopes embrace a brighter future in this place. Her companion shines, a radiant soul, a blade divine, her steadfast gold. With crimson lips, Genevieve gleams, her soul as bright as the sun's first beams. Ashbourne, we take our place, unchained, we face our fate. Bound by the oath to heal the land, from ash we rise, in flames we stand. Familiar with the guild's vast sway, Searcher's prayers will light the way. Dark and light, her guidance is free, her blood and faith just might be the key. With sanguine skin and tiefling's horns, ooh, Dio's voice enchants all